What's up, Hockey Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we break down everything happening on the ice and behind the scenes. Man, what a playoff season we've been witnessing. Those overtime thrillers have been keeping me on the edge of my seat night after night. Before we dive into today's exclusive report on the Vancouver Canucks, I wanted to take a moment to thank everyone who's been supporting this channel. The growth has been absolutely insane lately. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss our daily hockey coverage. Also, I've been reading your predictions in the comments about which team is taking the cup this year, and I'm loving the passionate debates you're having. Keep that energy coming. Alright, enough chit-chat. Let's get into the big story today. The Vancouver Canucks are facing a critical off-season after what can only be described as a disappointing 2024-25 campaign. Despite high expectations following last year's playoff run, the team struggled to find consistency, leaving management with difficult roster decisions heading into summer. While fans might expect a major overhaul given the team's performance, our sources indicate that widespread roster changes are unlikely. Coach Rick Tocchet has repeatedly emphasized that one of this season's biggest challenges was integrating too many new faces simultaneously, suggesting stability might be the preferred approach moving forward. The biggest question mark hangs over superstar center Elias Pettersson. Despite signing a massive contract, Pettersson's performance was inconsistent throughout the season, leading to speculation about his future with the organization. While a trade isn't entirely off the table, it remains improbable. The Canucks invested heavily in the Swedish center as their franchise cornerstone, and moving on after one disappointing season would be a dramatic shift in organizational philosophy. That said, Tocchet's recent comments questioning Pettersson's work ethic and preparation have only fueled speculation. Our inside sources suggest that management will give Pettersson another season to prove himself, but with a shorter leash than before. The relationship between coach and star player will be closely monitored throughout training camp. In stark contrast to Pettersson's situation, Brock Boeser appears destined to leave Vancouver this summer. The talented winger is seeking a contract that reflects his contributions, but our sources indicate the Canucks are unwilling to meet his asking price. Boeser's departure would create a significant hole in Vancouver's offensive arsenal. His goal-scoring prowess and chemistry with teammates have been bright spots in an otherwise challenging season. Several teams, including the Minnesota Wild and Pittsburgh Penguins, are reportedly preparing offers should Boeser hit the open market. The blue line appears to be the most stable element of Vancouver's roster heading into next season. Quinn Hughes has cemented himself as one of the NHL's elite defensemen and will continue to anchor the defense corps. Filip Hronek, signed long-term, will maintain his position as the team's number 2 defenseman. Tyler Myers, despite years of criticism, delivered perhaps his best season as a Canuck and has emerged as a valued veteran presence in the locker room. The discovery of the other Elias Pettersson on defense was perhaps the most pleasant surprise of the season. The young Swedish defenseman showed tremendous potential and is expected to take on an even larger role next season. The goaltending situation presents another interesting subplot. Thatcher Demko, when healthy, has shown he can be among the league's best. However, his injury history has raised concerns about his long-term reliability. Kevin Lankinen performed admirably in Demko's absence and has secured his position as the 1B option. However, the development of promising prospect Nikita Tolopilo has created a logjam at the position, potentially pushing Artur Silovs further down the depth chart. Our sources indicate that while the Canucks aren't actively shopping Demko, they would listen if the right offer came along, particularly if it addressed other areas of need. The Canucks appear satisfied with their depth pieces. Players like Pius Suter, Connor Garland, and Dakota Joshua have provided reliable minutes and are expected to return. The organization values their work ethic and system compatibility. Young talents like Jonathan Lekkerimäki and Atu Räty represent the future and will likely receive increased opportunities to prove themselves at the NHL level next season. Perhaps the most important element in Vancouver's offseason isn't a player at all, but head coach Rick Tocchet. His blunt assessment of the team's shortcomings, particularly his public challenging of Pettersson, signals a shift in accountability. Our sources suggest Tocchet has received assurances from management that he'll have greater input on personnel decisions this summer, potentially leading to moves that bring in players who better fit his preferred style of play. The question remains, Can Toche extract more from the existing roster? Or will his demanding approach create further friction with key players? While the Canucks aren't expected to undertake a complete teardown, subtle yet significant changes are coming. The core will likely remain intact, but the supporting cast could see turnover as the team seeks to find the right chemistry. For Vancouver fans, patience may be required. Rather than a dramatic overhaul, the organization appears committed to building methodically around its established stars while integrating young talent at a more measured pace. The real issue facing the Canucks isn't talent, it's identity. What kind of team do they want to be? Until that question is answered definitively, Vancouver risks remaining caught between competing visions, neither fully rebuilding nor truly contending. So, Canucks Nation, what's your take on the team's approach? Should they make a bold move and trade someone like Pettersson for a fresh start? Or do you believe the current core deserves another season to prove themselves? And what about Boeser? Is letting him walk a mistake the team will regret for years to come? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this insider breakdown, smash that like button and share this video with the hockey fans in your life. We'll be back tomorrow with more exclusive NHL coverage. Until then, keep your sticks on the ice.